Hello there, very good afternoon. You're joining Lunchtime News here on MTV Sports. Taking a look at the headlines for this afternoon. Fishermen on multi-day fishing vessels who have refrained from fishing activities from the past 14 days face numerous difficulties. Strong winds damage houses in Horana. Body of a woman with stabbed wounds discovered in a hotel room in Kolpiti. Well, now to those stories in detail. Strong winds have damaged 22 houses in the Horana area.
Many houses in the area have been damaged by falling trees. Secretary to the Horana Pradesh Sabha, Nishanti Jayasinghe, states that 12 houses in the Uduwa Grama Seva area and 5 houses in the North Uduwa Grama Seva area have been damaged. A heavy mist formed suddenly and then there was a strong blowing. This strong wind didn't last for even 2 minutes, but trees were uprooted and much damage was caused. We couldn't do anything.
No casualties have been reported. We will provide them with all the relief needed.
UPFA parliamentarian Vidura Vikramanayake toured the area to look into the damage caused by the winds. Assistance must be provided to these individuals without looking into their income levels. We will provide relief through the Ministry of Disaster Management and the GA of Kalutara.
The fishermen on multi-day fishing vessels who have refrained from fishing activities for the past 14 days are facing great difficulties.
According to our correspondents, the multi-day fishing vessels were seen lined up in the Negombo Lagoon in order to obtain fuel. This condition has been caused as a result of fishermen who refrained from fishing activities deciding to commence the activities at the same time. Our correspondent states that more than 1,000 multi-day fishing vessels were lined up at the Negombo Lagoon last afternoon. The fishermen point out that more than 2,000 litres of fuel is needed for a fishing vessel. Meanwhile, with the increase in fuel prices, the prices of bait used in fishing activities too have risen. Fishermen point out that before the fuel price hike, bait used for fishing activities were purchased at 350 rupees a kilo, but now the price has risen to 425 rupees per kilogram. The fishermen further state that an additional cost of around 80,000 rupees has to be incurred on bait, as around 1,000 to 1,500 kilograms are used on one fishing trip. When comparing the prices of fish and the bait used to capture the fish, the price of fish is much less than what we spent on bait. If we take 1,000 kilograms of bait, we ought to capture fish from the entire stock. If this does not happen, the fishermen will be in trouble.
So in local news, the body of a woman with stabbed wounds has been discovered in a hotel room in Kolpiti. According to the police media spokesperson SP Ajit Rohana, the woman, who is a Sri Lankan national, had arrived from Britain a few weeks ago.
The body was discovered by staff of the hotel who came suspicious when the room was not open for several days. The woman has arrived at the hotel with another individual on the 23rd of this month. The police stated that the victim, who is 48 years old, had cut wounds on her body. Police media spokesperson SP Ajit Rohana added that investigations have commenced into the incident.
Opposition Pradesh Sabha members in several areas across the island protested against the increasing cost of living today.
Opposition members of the Damula Pradesh Sabha travelled by foot to the monthly meeting. The opposition leader of the Damula Municipal Council also participated in the protest. A tense situation arose between the opposition and ruling party members when they entered the Damula Pradesh Sabha premises. Meanwhile, opposition members of the Nikavatia Pradesh Sabha travelled by bullock carts to lodge their protest over the increasing cost of living.
Moving on, one person has died and 4 others have been injured due to lightning in the Indalgasina area in Haputale. The police stated that the injured are receiving treatment at the Haldamulla hospital. A bolt of lightning had struck the group while they were at work in the Dumkande estate in Indalgasina. The deceased is an area resident. Minister of Foreign Employment Promotion and Welfare Dilan Pereira says that with the conclusion of the war, the rest of the country's heroes should participate in achieving economic development. He expressed this view at a function held by the Foreign Employment Bureau to grade foreign employment institutes and to present awards to top performers.
තවදුරටත් ඒජන්සි කාර්යෝ විය යුතු නැහැ. අපි බලපත්‍රලාභී රැකියා නියෝජිත ආයතන වෙන්නට ඕනි.
In the future, we don't need to have foreign employment agencies. We ought to recognize them as foreign employment institutes that hold a permit. We need not be second to anyone. If we consider the economy in this country, we ought to be second only to the war heroes who served the country by removing the only barrier to the development of the economy. If there are any other heroes in this country, they should participate in changing and developing the country.
රටවිරුවන් බවට පරිවර්තනය කරන්නට උදව් දුන්නේ ඔබ. ඒ නිසා ඒ ගැන කාටවත් දෙගිඩියාවක් තියෙන්න බෑ.
Minister Pavitra Vanyarachi and Central Bank Governor Ajit Niwad Cabral were also present at the event.
Ten persons who engaged in illegal gem mining in the Katupatha area in Kurunegala have been arrested. The police stated that the group had been arrested early this morning. The arrest was carried out by the Katupatha police. The suspects are to be produced in court today. Still in local news, non-academic university staff have commenced a trade union action today as well to protest against their salary issues. President of the Inter-University Trade Union Federation, R.M. Chandrapala, stated that they will determine the future steps to be taken after holding discussions with the National Salaries and Cadre Commission this afternoon. He stated that the Minister and Secretary to the Ministry of Higher Education had held discussions with the Federation yesterday in order to find a solution to the salary issues. He added that thereby arrangements have been made to hold discussions with the National Salaries and Cadre Commission this afternoon with regard to this. R.M. Chandrapala stated that based on the outcome of the discussions, they will decide on whether or not to grant the 2-week grace period previously requested by the National Salaries and Cadre Commission to find a solution to the salary problems. He further stated that if a solution is not arrived at, they will continue their trade union action. Well, with that, we wrap up lunchtime news for this afternoon, but do stay with us for our hourly updates. I'm Rajaratnam for News First.